Well, Dame Dash was always instrumental in the Dipset.
That's my OG.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dame Dash.
When they blew up. Because, look, I mean, Cam did cool with his first album, but when he came to Roc-A-Fella, that's when things just went.
That's when he went platinum.
Right.
That's when it went platinum, and that's when we all got to know Dipset and everything else like that. Do you guys keep in contact with Dame Dash?
I still do. I still keep in contact with Dame. You know what I mean? I speak to him from time to time. Like, you know, Dame always giving me like life lessons, like real life lessons. I knew Dame since, he from the next building from me, you know what I'm saying? So I knew Dame since I was like probably 14 years old. And I watched his whole rise to like having like a maxima, you know what I mean? And just having big dreams to I guess like one of the illest and richest people that I ever met, you know what I'm saying? Having, you know, $30 million deals, 50, like all these like crazy numbers and shit, money he made and all the type of success he had. That was like one of the biggest people that I know personally, you know what I'm saying? That took it to that level.
Well, look, me and Dame have been publicly going back and forth for like 10 years at this point. We were cool at one point, and then we had a falling out.
Yeah, I see.
You know.
I see you try to reconcile it again, then it fell out again.
Yeah. He'll say something about me publicly, and then I'll say something about him, and then we'll kind of keep going. But to be honest, I even DM'd him recently, and he saw the DM, he didn't respond. I said, look, bro, like, I don't have any real problems with you, and I actually sincerely feel bad about where you are right now. Because I remember when he was on the Breakfast Club and he was going back and forth with Charlemagne, he had mentioned something about his teeth and how he was in a lot of pain, and I'm like, yeah, he's trying to hold, you know, kind of a strong face, but he's going through it right now. Health-wise, losing his teeth, he's bankrupt. But, you know, so when I look at the situation, and I'm like, look, like he's always welcome to come on my platform. We could talk out our differences. I could even cut him a check, you know, an appearance fee and so forth. But I feel like Dame, his ego has put him where he's at, and he's never really humbled himself, even when it could benefit himself. Like, what's your take on the Dame Dash situation right now? Because you look at Jay-Z, he was one of hip hop's first billionaires.
Right.
He just kept going. Dame had, you know, a run with Rachel Roy and so forth, but then, you know, ultimately he got to where he is.
I think Dame is the ultimate hustler. You know what I mean? If, you know, I believe in a formula. If you could do it once, you could do it twice if you were ultimate hustler. And I won't, you know, from the outside looking in, you know, it looks like Dame is going through a lot of the things that everybody feels he's going through. But when you see Dame in real life, he got fly cars, big houses. So it's like, if you really know Dame, it's hard to feel sorry for Dame, you know what I'm saying? Because he still got that lifestyle.
Still popping it.
You know what I'm saying? Still popping it, still talking it. So it's kind of like to feel sorry for Dame, because it's like he's just gonna sell that lifestyle to you no matter what he's going through. You feel me? So it's like, but I know he's a hustler, and I just hurt to see, you know, well, I hate to see not the crew, the whole Roc-A-Fella together, because we grew up on that shit. Like, Duke was a part of the Roc-A-Fella. He used to hustle with Dame and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Duke was really getting money with Jay-Z. Like, a lot of niggas don't know, like, really. So, like, he seen this.
I think Dame is, like, I don't look at the ego too much, because I just feel like everybody just turned their back on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he was in everybody's corner. I'm talking about, like, everybody's corner, and for some reason, everybody just turned their back on him. And it worked, but like the way he is worked for him for so many years back in the days. Like, he would support everybody, like, you know, argue for everybody and support everybody, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and it's like they just flipped the script on him, you know what I mean? And like, I guess his beef with Leor and everything, and you know what I'm saying? Like, they could just you know what I'm saying, pull up the binoculars on him and just find all his faults, but they never look at his greatness, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, I ain't gonna say the time has passed for that, but everybody's so sensitive now. This is a sensitive era, you know what I'm saying? But they just wanna just pick you apart and, you know what I'm saying, oh, he's this, he's that. And I just feel like he just don't have the support, you know what I mean? And I mean, that's my thing. You know, I wouldn't change nothing really about him, because that same attitude he had helping everybody get to where they at. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if he was a weaker man. He's a strong man and masculine. You know what I'm saying? To me, so I just think the climate doesn't call for that now. It just want, that's my theory. You know what I'm saying?
You want that feminine shit?
Yeah, they just everything is so sensitive now. You know what I mean? So.
But that's dope you reached out to him, Vlad, because I know you can get on your fuck you shit. I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was dope you extended the olive branch, though.
And that would be dope with you because, like, Dame, you look at his numbers on his interviews on Breakfast Club, they be bigger than the artist interviews. Like, you have millions and millions of views. And I'm like, it's bigger than the artist. Like, he got something to talk about. So that would be a dope joint with you and Dame. You know what I'm saying?
Look, when it comes to me, and I remember when I watched the Vince McMahon documentary, that's when it really clicked. Vince McMahon was such a pure businessman that people would leave his company, diss him, sue him, win in court, and then he'd bring him back on, pay him, use that as a storyline, and keep growing as a business, and everyone wins. And everyone wins. And once I saw that, I started to realize, I think I'm taking some of my little beefs, little petty beefs a little too personally. So when it comes to like a Dame Dash, all right, so we said some shit about each other, who cares? So what?
Right.
No one got physically hurt, no one lost money, who cares?
Right.
So if there's a play to be made on Vlad TV or something with him or whatever, let's just do it. But I think that some people don't let go of beefs like that. And I think it's because of ego. And I think also with Dame, and I've dealt with him, he's not always the coolest person when you hang out with him.
No, you're right. This is facts.
Right? And once you get to a certain financial level, you work with people you like to work with.
Right. It's true.
Right?
It's true.
And with Dame, you could pull that when you got Jay-Z in your corner.
Right.
People will tolerate whatever, because ultimately Jay-Z comes with that package. Right? Dame was great at attaching himself to great people. Jay-Z, Kanye, Cameron, Rachel Roy, it goes on and on.
Right.
But at the point that you don't have that attachment, you can't keep being harsh with people around that, because people will be like, nah, I'm cool. Like the Leor Cohens of the world. Like, I know Leor.
Right.
We talk. He's been on my show.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a cool person to have in your corner.
Right.
He's actually the most powerful man in music right now.
Absolutely. That's a fact.
Doesn't he run
He's
Apple Music?
He is the head of
Apple Music,
YouTube Global Music.
Yeah, YouTube.
The biggest streaming platform on earth. Bigger than Netflix, bigger than Amazon, bigger than Spotify, Apple Music combined.
Wow.
Why would you want to have beef with a guy like this?
That's crazy. Makes perfect.
In the grand scheme of things, wouldn't you want to be cool? I'd want to be cool with someone like that.
Nah, I definitely would. If I'm hustling on his block, YouTube.
I guess he always looked at Leor probably like, you took Jay-Z away from me, you know what I'm saying? So that's probably like a wound that we probably can't even see or fathom to feel that, pause, So that, I'm just saying, and then he knew Leor from a different light, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm just saying, I'm just thinking like, outside the box, you know what I mean? But I get what you're saying. You make totally good sense. Like, why? Like, you got to at least play the art of war or something, like, or 48 laws or something, like figure something out, you know what I mean? So, but you're right. A little bit of ego.
I mean, because when you deal with people who are at a certain level, they don't have to make it cool with you. They don't have a benefit. You have more of a benefit to be cool with them than they do with you. And I think about that with all my relationships, because you guys know, at the age we all are right now, it's really all about relationships. All of our money comes from relationships.
Right, facts, Vlad.
Right.
Yep,
right?
It does. When you reach a certain age, and yeah, you're right.
All the moves you make, all the people you work with, the fans that have been rocking with you, it's all relationship based.
Right.
And that's the thing that Dame said that really kind of bothered me. He said, no, it's not about relationship. It's about who got the best product on the block. And I'm like, nah, I don't know about that one. and that's a very Dame thing to say.
I mean, Dame come from a selling brick world, so I guess if you got the best coke, you don't give a fuck what they say. You know what I mean? We ain't selling bricks though.
Right, but shout out to Dame, man. I'm really kind of sad about when I saw his teeth fall out, I'm like, oh, he's actually going through real health issues. And when I see the bankruptcy stuff, and unfortunately, Dame is in a position where the amount of money that he owes he'll never be able to pay it back in his lifetime. It's just too much money.
Damn.
Right? It just is. So he's gonna basically have to keep going with this whole bankruptcy situation. And Dame's always been a hero to me. I saw him, I saw what he put together. It's dope.
Right.
I admired him. I tried to get some things going with him. He did an interview with me. I did an interview on his platform. He asked me to be the president of his company at one point, and I'm like,
wow,
I'm
okay.
cool. Yeah, and then we got into an argument over the phone, and then that ballooned into where we are now. It's just to me, it's dumb. Like honestly,
that's how
it's like,
Hope y'all can fix
he's
that, though.
welcome.
Hope
He's
y'all can
welcome to
fix
come
that,
back
Vlad.
whenever he wants.
I hope y'all can
What's
fix
that?
that though. I hope y'all can fix that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, man. Yeah, it's all good, man. Dame, you're welcome on my platform anytime you want.
Shouts to Dame.
Anytime you want.